Niqab is my life. I want to share with you one of the most important decisions in my life, and it's actually wearing a niqab. A lot of people doesn't understand how could I choose it voluntarily. Some people think till now that me or my religion forced me to this. I would like to explain you the reason why I wear it and what a niqab means for me actually. So I guess you have to go back to the start. How did my story actually begin? I already mentioned a taste, and so I was also. Since I was a baby, I dressed very normal, sporty way, as every citizen in Europe or America covering. No one in my life ever told me to cover my body, neither my hair. As I told, I was very normal girl, wearing jeans, hot clothes, bikini, and as every girl, I loved jewelry so much, and especially to show it up. But few situations and the best body, and a lot of girls from this is really frustrated. And I saw in many cases when the girl fall into depression, she ended in hospital because of it. For good luck, this wasn't my case, to be honest. I never cared too much in a shop, and the boys just choose the best one from the looking, or it makes me feel like I'm just piece of food. The looking at you and speaking impolite way about you, and if you are not perfect as the society image says, no one will ever. On the other side, I know that the biggest weakness for all the boys and men around the world is a woman. It's something in their blood and in their nature, so actually I see it as the girl mistakes to show up her body so easy that anyone can see it. So then if she's violence on a girls, let's be a little bit honest. I know that the fashion in our modern world is to say that Muslim girls are slaves and they are like in prison, just used to sexual games. But how many cases we have in Europe? Almost on every second girl is made any kind of violence. Starts from unknown boys, fathers, brothers, husbands. We have even kids which are sexually raped. Honestly, you a respect to the girls, so do not be surprised that such a cases are happening. And this, but I think these 3 points are enough to show you why I disagree with our modern society. And now let's look on the Muslim. So why do I wear a niqab? I want to share a story with you how I firstly get in touch with a niqab. I was in zoo with my mom, and there I saw one Arabic man with 4 wives, and all the wives were in niqab. Of course, as a little kid, it took all my attention on them. I was staring on them for a couple of minutes. Just the eyes of the women amazed me so much I could not recognize if they are sad or I was highly curious who they are and why they are covered. I really desired to know it so much, so I asked my mom about them, and response of my mom was, "This woman has no rights, no freedom. They are in prison." And she compared their clothes to ours. She told me, "Look how lucky we are that we wear a shorts and t-shirt and we do not feel hot in the summer." Well, I do not remember if I believed my mom or not, but this memory stayed with me forever. Anyway, I always love to think very much and have my own opinion on everything. And when I was a teenager, I wanted to be compared by my character and my thoughts, especially from boys, and not to be compared by my looking. But this I found in my life in Europe simply impossible. Not only in case with a boys, but also in school or job interview. It really didn't matter how clever or polite I was. Mostly they cared just about the looking. If I was enough sexy and was able to play games on people or being polite, I could get so much money and everything I wanted. But I really didn't want this for my own life. Then I converted to Islam even I didn't know all information. When I became Muslim, I didn't wear niqab neither hijab, but I took my time to search for information and to see the truth, give myself the time to decide. And the question why I became actually Muslim or why did I convert to Islam, it's I guess for maybe another podcast or streaming or whatever. It will be so long story now. So, when I came to Egypt, it was actually my first time to dress a hijab. And imagine what happened. I saw a lot of Egyptian girls on the street wearing the same hijab or the scarf for the hair, and I found them much more beautiful than the European girls. And I became really very because when the girl is not naked but she is covered by tight clothes, it's actually much more attractive for the boys. And I started to be depressed from the hijab also. I didn't see so big change really. And the street, I also saw a lot of women in niqab, and one thing really amazed me on them, and it was that no man talked to them. No one tried to touch them. No one even looked at them. About all my life. But I was very scared of dressing niqab. Because if you dress niqab, you should not take it off again. So I couldn't decide. All the bad words what I used to hear since I was kid and now I see something else. So to what should I believe? But then I took the decision and I dressed niqab. And imagine when I made the decision, the miracle came to me. My first day in Niqab was amazing. It was like some magic really. I found a freedom in Niqab. I was extremely happy. No boy bother me anymore, and if I need help, anyone will help me immediately, and if I want to help someone, mostly all people will trust me that I come with good attention. Why? Because the Muslim people think if you are in the Niqab, so you put the God on the first place in your life, so you will not harm the people. And a lot of people also think that girl in niqab is very educated in Islam and she has good character. So what is the point of niqab? As the last thing, I will speak about the point of niqab. Why we cover our bodies and faces. Look, every girl has a personal and specific reason why she wears a niqab. But the common thing are those belong to only one man. Why a lot of boys should look at me. As a girl, one day I'm gonna marry for sure. Doesn't matter if you are in Arabic country or in Europe. At the end, you will marry just one man. And I want to be beautiful only for this one man. And also, I want only this one man look at me. Protecting myself. As I mentioned before, if you are covered and fully hidden, so you are like a diamond. No one will abuse you, touch you, or do something bad on you. No man will look at you with sexual desire. I'll give you example with a lollipop. It's my favorite one. If you have non-covered lollipop on the street, so after a while you will find a lot of insect on on it. Maybe just a flies, let's say. But if you have covered one, all the insect or the flies come and sit on it. This is a very similar with a niqab. It works the same way because the girls are really as sweet for the boys. Then respect. I will speak about a groom now. If any man will go ask for a girl in a cab, so surely he goes ask for her because he heard about her good character and manners. So such a man will not compare her by her face or body, but he will compare only on her heart. It's really amazing that a man who never see her face is able to go ask for a marriage. And also if he doesn't see your face, so on what he will focus? Of course on your words, on the thing what you are saying, on your dreams and on your wishes. Is not this a respect which every woman desire for? How many women in Europe complain that the man does not listen to her or does not take her seriously? Just think about it. Secondly, the respect is even from other women. If they see a girl in niqab, they also will focus with the words and character and only on this basic they will judge the girl. Well, and the last point, gut. The most important point, but it can be confusing for a lot of people. All my previous talking is connected to this one point. It's connected to the gut. Islam simply wants you to be a polite in any cases. And why people are polite? Because they're afraid of punishment from God. And also because they are hope in the reward from God. People think if they do something good for other people, so God will reward them for it. And this is the biggest passion to be good person. If you do not believe in God, so then why you should be good or polite to other people? You are not afraid of anything, so it can seem you can do anything you want on the earth. A girl who decides to wear niqab for sure she does so even for a god. Such a girl should be very polite, not only on public places, control her desires, and to be connected with a god by her heart really strongly. She believes more than any other girl in the world for her politeness. And if the girl does not have strong belief in God, she will never dress niqab, or she will fail in it and take it off sooner or later. Well, I would like to finish here because it's kind a lot of information what I give you right now. So please think about it. And at the end, I really do not judge anyone. I have friends Muslims and I have friends Christian and I have friends unbelievers. And all is fine for me. I try to respect everyone. This what I said and what I actually wrote is only my own opinion. But let me finish by this sentence. If you want to become a Muslim or dress in a niqab, it should be really only your own decision. No one should force you, even it's your husband. And definitely do not become Muslim only because you fall in love with some Muslim man. The religion is really a very personal thing and you should decide only by your own and your heart. If you decide so for someone, the religion will not last forever with you. But if you decide just for yourself, so nothing will take it away from you. And you will stay on the right path which you just choose for you. Okay? So I hope you get my point. And by this story, I wish you sweet dreams. And I hope we will all meet tomorrow. Okay, good night.